G'day Bambies, Kaleidow here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be creating a mansion for my vampires in my brand new Let's Play which I've started all because of the new game pack which is just about to come out. I was very lucky to have received an early access copy of the game, so big thank you to EA, means so much, and I was able to play the game for the past week or so and just really get the feel of it and create my own story out of it. So if you guys want to kind of check out the LP which I built this house for, it is already uploaded by the time this one goes up, so you can definitely go and check that out. I'll have a card for you guys to click on the screen right now. But yes, this is a mansion which is actually replacing the mansion which EA had in place beforehand. So very sorry to Vlad. I deleted his home and I accidentally deleted him too. So whoopsie, I didn't mean to delete him, so I'm gonna have to make a new world and like save him in my gallery and put him back in the game. But yeah, oh well, sorry Vlad, rip. Again, rest in plasma is something that I've been telling myself. Let's make it a thing, guys. Hashtag rest in plasma. But okay, let's talk about this build a little bit. So this actually, surprisingly, did not take me as long as I thought it was going to. I was originally very muchly inspired by the Addams' house in the movie, like Family Values and all of those movies from the 90s. But I also did look up some images of Gothic, sort of French colonial, I don't know what type of houses they were, but I just found some images on Google and was referring back to them now and then. So now I've actually got a little bit of a shape going on. So I have this big, like sort of circular-ish area, and that is going to be where all of the windows are and where the ballroom is inside. So that's kind of cool. And the roof of this build, I just want to mention that it evolves a lot. I am terrible at doing roofs in The Sims, guys. Like seriously, I'm so bad. I need somebody to teach me. So don't take too much note of the roof. It does change a lot. Just take note of what's inside. The outside's not that great, but actually, I'm pretty proud of this build. I think I did all right. I'm pretty bad at architecture and stuff, and I think I did pretty well for a Gothic build, which I've sort of never done anything like this before. You guys know me. I'm all about like colorful, sort of like weatherboard houses, but when it comes to more Gothic, dark brick houses, I'm not, it's kind of out of my knowledge, and this was a lot of fun for me actually, something different for me to build, because I usually do build the same types of houses over and over again. If you guys have watched my Smitten series, you know what I'm talking about. So I was trying to put in these little decorational areas on the roof where a statue would be, but later on I do get rid of that. But if you guys do like that, you can go ahead and add that back yourselves. But I felt like it was a little bit too busy, too clunky. I didn't really like it, and it looked a bit weird in screenshots too. So we do have a bit of a greenhouse slash, I don't know what you would call it, like a open parlor on the side of the house there. I just like that there are so many facades to this house. I think there's like that big giant tower out the front, which really reminds me of the Addamses. And then we have like that rounded area with all of those windows juxtaposed to the smaller, shorter greenhouse area. So everything's sort of like contrasting, and it's meant to be a house that looks like strange and kind of odd. It's built in the middle of nowhere and it's unbelievably huge. So of course it's going to stand out. By the way, you guys are probably noticing all of this new build mode stuff which we have gotten in this game pack So I really like the doors and the windows, but I do wish they came in a few more colors. But generally they do work, especially for a morbid gothic looking building. And the white colors are actually quite nice and bright compared to a lot of other white colored windows in The Sims. So that's a great one actually. I really like the gargoyles that we were given to, and later on when we are furnishing the house, we'll be showing off some of the new furniture because I really like a lot of the chairs that we get. I love me some chairs. So here I am playing around with this godforsaken roof. Oh my gosh, it is terrible. I swear I just let it be and I just try to put it out of my mind because I was just having so much trouble with it. Now we're going to do an even more fun part, which is trying to figure out how my ballroom is going to look and the shape of it and all of that good stuff. So this actually took me a little bit of time and planning because I had to kind of think of the rest of the house. I needed to fit a dining room, a kitchen, possibly a lounge room, and a bathroom downstairs. So I couldn't make the entire bottom floor a ballroom, even though I would have liked to. I would love to have a giant ballroom, but yeah, this is sort of the shape that I was going for. It does change a little bit, but that's basically the general shape. And I do put in a ton of pillars. I get rid of a lot of them, don't you guys worry. I realized something clicked in my mind because I've always put in way too many pillars in my builds, but something clicked while I was building this one and I was like, I think I'm over it, guys. I think I can chill with the pillars. I don't need any more. I don't need 50. I just need 2, or I might just need like 3. I don't need 50. So yay, good for me, evolving myself, yay. And here I was actually testing out the mirrors with some of the new paintings that we received in the new game pack, and they work just like that one that came with Get to Work. Oh, was it Get to Work? No, Get to, Get to something, the other one where there's Windenburg. Gosh, I'm terrible at remembering those names. Jeez Louise, I can't believe I forgot the name of that one. Get to the City Living. No, that's not it. That is not it. Anyways, that picture frame, the giant one, works perfectly with the mirrors, and you can make a very ornate looking mirror that way, and it's customized and all smeatsy. So if you guys want to do that for yourselves, it is totally doable. I think that's like a neat little thing. And here I am playing around with some of the new curtains. I absolutely adore the detailing that went into these objects. Everything is just fantastic and awesome, and I really like how even upscaled they look really, really good, and I was able to use them and have them really big and still look quite good. So here I'm kind of experimenting with a basement. I do get rid of it, don't you guys worry. I know that looks dreadful, and I decide I don't need a basement. I have a giant mansion which is like 3-4 stories high. I don't need any more rooms. I'm just gonna roll with the rooms I have, okay? I don't need any more. That's my problem when I'm building, guys. I always go for more first. I don't start small ever. I always go big, and it's sometimes bites me in the butt, and I'll be overwhelmed with how much I have to furnish, and that's probably a big reason why it takes me so long to build. But thankfully this build only took me probably a day's sort of work, so probably around like 6 or 8 hours when I think about it. I think around that sort of time. So when I say a day's like building, I mean having breaks in between. I can't be building 8 hours just straight on, no breaks. Cannot do that. I'm just not one of those builders. I need food, I need sleep, and sometimes I think it's really good to sleep on it and come back, and you might have new ideas of how to change up that room to make it look a little bit better. So here we are furnishing the ballroom quite a lot now. So there is a piano on one side, and then there's a organ, so a pipe organ. That is one of the new objects in this game pack, which I really, really like because it reminds me of The Sims busting out. If you guys remember on console, Mortimer had a pipe organ and he would play it and it would be all creepy, and I used to love it so much. Oh my gosh, that was my favorite destination in that game. Even though the ghosts and the sound of the ghosts when they would arrive scared the living poop out of me, I still loved it, and it's very nostalgic to have a pipe organ re-added into the game, so yay! I like that I had this little sitting area in the middle of the ballroom. I didn't want it to just be totally open, and we do have a dance floor there too. I have the fireplace elevated, which is kind of interesting, but I think it works out, and it's sort of like a little hallway too, so access both. And we also have this back area, which is a little bit of an entertaining sort of area. We have darts there, and we also have a jukebox. So I really tried to keep everything looking antiquated in this whole build. There isn't any televisions, there's only one computer, and I'm not even sure if I show that in the speed build. But I am going to be uploading the updated version, which I use in my Let's Play, to my galleries. So don't you guys worry if you see a few things missing from my LP. I will be uploading that version, not the one in this video speed build part. But yeah, I love the ballroom. I just think it's so big and lavish. And I love that we have this little balcony area up the top, which I create a little bit of a library and a theater in a bit. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I've never created a theater, and I think it's just so nice. Instead of having a television, and there is a child vampire in my series, and she loves to play with the puppets, so that's really cool. So this second part of the house is a little bit more vampire-y because I went for more like warm woods and that, I don't know what you call it, teal blue, royal blue in the ballroom. I wanted it to be more red and just classic vampire themed in the rest of the house. So that's why I've gone for that color scheme on this part. It's very contrasting to the blue, I know, but I like it. I think it brings some character into the house. Well, a little bit more. Also, speaking of character, these cracks on the walls and the, oh my gosh, the cobwebs, wow, just yes, EA. So amazing. I've never been so excited to have a decrepit, falling apart house. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have them. I think they're so cool, and I even love that the little cobwebs have a spider spawn on some of them. I think that's really cool, so yay! Oh, and if you guys can hear that there is a cat meowing outside my window, yay, great, as I'm trying to record. Thank you, cat, who always comes onto our balcony. Thanks. Can we just admire the curtains? We only got like 3 different types of curtains, but they are all so amazing. And we also got new kitchen counters. Vampires don't even need kitchens, but they gave us kitchen counters, which I'm very grateful for because they come in 3 colors, but they honestly are really nice and I do like them. And also the chair in the dining room that I have at the both ends, like both heads of the table, I really like it. It has like 2 spikes in the end. Really cool. I like it in purple, and I am going to be bringing you guys a purple themed vampire build very soon, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. After I do the little girl Mallory's room purple, I was like yearning to do more purple because, oh gosh, I haven't even spoken about it yet. The wallpapers, oh gosh, the wallpapers are so amazing, guys. Look at that glimmer on them. I love that they have that slight glint at different angles. So cool. And that little book on a stand. So many objects I just love in this. The open archways. Oh my gosh, I could rave on for hours. Even the candles just add so much. And look at this, vines. I know Hatsi is going to be happy. I know Hatsi is going to be very happy about these vines. I'm excited to see her build with them because, oh man, I love these vines. I wish they had a more rounded version of them. I think that would have been a lot nicer, but they're still quite good, and if you work with them using move objects, they can look really, really nice still. And we also got new ferns and a couple dead trees, which is pretty cool. So here I am just kind of merging some of the flower things that we already have with roses just to make it look a little bit more old and vampire-y. And I do put a bit of a pond outside. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just do. A lot of these trees that I put down, well, not a lot of them, I think like 2 of them, at the front get replaced with plasma fruit trees, which I actually sized up and made them really big. And somehow I'm able to still water them. And it's so weird. And you can still harvest plasma fruit from them. It's really cool. So I will be uploading that version for you guys with the plasma fruit trees. And my cat just opened my door. Great. I love that I'm trying to do a voiceover for a spooky build, and then my cat just walks into the room, just opens the door by herself, and there's this weird cat outside meowing like a banshee. Honestly, it sounds like a banshee. It's not even a nice meow. You know how there's some cats have bad meows? This cat has a terrible meow. Just saying. I hope the owner can't hear me right now. But my cat is a beautiful meow, okay? I'm actually proud of my cat's meow. Anyways, and the cat's meow. So now I'm working on the garden a little bit more. And I love that we have dead roses. We also have these like vine thingies, like thorns that go across the ground. I think they're really cool. They just add a lot more character to a garden, make it feel a lot more dangerous and gothic, because that's what this is all about, right? I did try adding all of these hedges, but in the future I do put a little bit of a veranda out the front there. Veranda out the front. And okay, let's stop now with the Aussiness. But I do change up the front and the roof a lot. So you guys are going to see that in the screenshots. I'm not sure if I recorded anything. And now we are on to bedrooms. So this is the first bedroom which I started on, which is actually the only human in our entire series. And this is her room. So it's blue, just like her. She wears a lot of blue, very angelic sort of colors. And seriously guys, my cats are going insane right now, and it is so weird. It's honestly because I'm doing a spooky build, isn't it? Oh man. Let's have a little bit of a talk about traits. So there are new house traits in this game pack. I think, let me remember, I'm remembering off the top of my head. There is Vampire Nexus. There is a vampire lot one where the Vampire Society will send you mail every now and then, which I think is a really nice touch. And there is also a dark, like, vampire version of the twin thing. And it basically means that babies that were conceived on that lot are more likely to be vampires. So I think that's a really cool trait for a building. And I'm not sure if there's another one, if I remembered. Oh, and there is one more which I can remember, which is Vampire Nexus, which basically means that vampires are going to visit that house a lot. Basically, the vampires are just very muchly attracted to a place. And by the way, as I say muchly, a lot of you guys tell me that that is not English. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm from the country, okay? And I don't speak very good English, okay? I speak Anglish. If you guys watch my streams, you know what I'm talking about. That Anglish though. So now we are just working on some of the bedrooms, and I was thinking about putting some coffins around. I do end up putting coffins in a little bit. There is a big bedroom which is all red, and that is for Kate Belladonna, and she is sort of like the bachelorette of the family. She's very beautiful, very sassy, and I thought that it would be nice to give her a private coffin, while the 2 brothers will have a shared coffin room on the top floor. So yeah, we only actually have 3 bathrooms in this entire build. I don't know how I do it, but I always make giant places, and then I end up filling them with rooms that with nothing in them, really, honestly. So this plot is actually only like 30-40, I do believe, and it's one of the largest plots on the entire world of Forgotten Hollow. There are actually only 5 lots, so that's actually, I don't know. I replaced mainly all of them, but I have one yet to replace just because I haven't had time. I've been working on these videos for you guys, and I actually like it small, you know? I like it. It feels like a neighborhood. You can wander around the entire place without having to travel. Of course, when you go to visit a actual house or a building, you have to travel then with the loading screen. But most of the time, you can just wander freely, and I really like that. It feels a lot more like The Sims 3, sort of, and I would like to see more little towns like this from EA, honestly. And maybe if they put a little bit more effort into smaller details. Like, there are a couple cute little details here and there around the world. Then one of the first things I ever do when we get a new world is just fly around and tab and just have a look at all of the little secrets. And I feel like in The Sims 4, they definitely are more detailed than in The Sims 2 and 3. But I also feel like it could be added like a little bit more details. Maybe like there is like a bat cave. What if we could go into the bat cave? I was hoping there would be a little Easter egg around the place, but you never know. Maybe I haven't just figured it out yet. If you guys figure it out, be sure to let me know. I would love to. So here is the purple bedroom for Mallory, which is actually my favorite bedroom in the whole place. I like all of the rooms, but because this one is a child vampire's room, I had so much fun just making it spooky and just looking really, really gothic looking. Now we are upstairs trying to figure out how to create the brothers' room, because I had to fit in these 2 giant coffins, and it was actually a little bit harder than I thought, and this room changes quite a lot. I end up making it more stone and cold looking. At the moment, it's got wallpaper, and we got those planks, which, speaking of the planks, are one of the new floor tiles that we have received in this game pack. I really like the look of them. The detail is really nice, like the texture of them. Even the glint of the light is just really spot on. There are those square ones, square wooden tiles, which I used down in the ballroom. And we also have this carpet. There are 2 carpets, but I don't think I used the second carpet because it looked a little bit childish and modern. Not childish in a bad way, it just wouldn't suit this build. And I really like the more antique one that I've used everywhere in this build, haven't I? I just love it so much, and I really like the color palette that EA gave us. Really, really nice, especially with the wallpapers. I think they are spot on. And also, you guys are seeing a lot of new furniture in this room, all in one, like smushed in. So there's that new standing mirror, we have that new wardrobe in the corner there, and we also have 2 new columns, so that's interesting. I didn't think they'd give us 2. I actually only realized there was 2 like later on in the build. Maybe even building another house, honestly. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna try it with the roof again. Oh man, this roof changes so much. Golly gosh. Alrighty guys, that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I am going to be having some updated screenshots at the end of this video for you guys so you can see those new changes that I made to the house, including the roof, which does change quite a lot, and I also change up the front of the house too. So be sure to stick around for those, and I will have the updated version on the gallery. My origin is just Kaleidow, so you guys can go and check it out there. Alrighty, well I hope you guys all have a fantastic day or night wherever you are in the world, and I love you all to bits. Rest in plasma, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!